Sometimes some of you people think we randomly just pick, say this guy's a starter and he's going to play the whole game. Eventually, all of us coaches have to say who goes out there first because somebody has to. But the players generally decide if they're the starter or not. But just because they're the starter, that doesn't mean they're even going to play the whole game. As coaches, and I've been doing this a long time, although some of you think maybe this is my first season. But anyway, as coaches, you also got to find out players that maybe practice very well, don't play well in the games, or don't practice very well and play super in the games. Danny Warfel, if you watched him in practice, his ball would wobble all over the place. When the game started, he was throwing it right straight in there as pretty as anybody I've ever seen. So you have to judge a lot of things, but the players themselves will decide out here who becomes the starter. Now again, several years ago, we started Connor Shaw up in Charlotte. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And of course, the local media said there's no way he'd ever be as good as Steven Garcia. Remember that guy that used to be here? No way he would ever be as good. Now Connor Shaw is considered maybe the best quarterback, winningest quarterback to ever play here. So as coaches, you know, it doesn't always matter who starts. Everybody's going to eventually get their chance. And then it works its way out the way they play. So I don't know what's going to happen this year. At receiver, quarterback, we got a lot of unknowns. So there's a good chance several people could play. Simple as that. Okay?
Does that excite you that you got enough players that you feel like you can count on?
That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. No one has proven enough to say, hey, I'm going to play the whole game right now. You know, obviously Dylan was in that situation. Connor Shaw was pretty much, although Dylan we thought was good enough to go in a few series here and there. But it'll work its way out, And again, just because a guy might have been a starter last year, he may not be a starter this year. He may get beaten out by a new player. That's just the way it goes. So if anybody wants to know my style of coaching, it is that you earn your way every year. Just because you started last year, that doesn't mean you're going to do it this year unless you're the best player. And that's the way we do it. Just to let some of y'all know, okay?
You've closed your practices to everybody, and Dabo's opened his up to the media for the first 5. I mean, what's that say about the world we live in now?
I don't know. The media? You mean he can open to the media and not the fans?
That's right.
I didn't know that was permissible.
Yeah, that must be. Up there.
Well, you better check the legal ramifications of that. There may be some lawsuits.
First 5 practices are open to the media to watch the whole thing.
Or you guys go up there and bring us a report. And we'll listen to you about 3 months from now. Okay? 3 months.